Totally, yeah. I mean, I'm someone that likes to think of myself not necessarily as a people pleaser. I've done a lot of work around that, but I like when people are pleased. And I remember reading this thing once that was like, oh, you say you're a people pleaser, name 5 people that are currently pleased with you. Because the truth is, you cannot please everybody. And so there is something liberating about ingesting that knowledge and just being like, I'm going to first try to please myself, which is to just live more authentically. And I'm not suggesting that it's great to do the things that Hedda does, but certainly that desire to just, do something that really you really feel in the moment is not a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and think about 5 people I've pleased recently.
Yeah, can you name 5?
No.
Are you pleased with me?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yeah, for sure.
1.
There we go.
But I think, you have compassion for all of them, but also I think it's nice to get riled up by characters. It's nice to sort of see, it's always very intriguing to see people do terrible things on screen. That's the kind of beauty of cinema and stories, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to watch. No, I just love the depth that, for example, Eileen has. I mean, I had something in front of me where I could just take this character and put her through all sorts of emotions. The range is really high, and then also once the alcohol kicks in, and she goes crazy in a way, and then it's a real drama.
One day I was just like, if Eilert were a woman, then the depression, the alcoholism, the fight to be understood and to be seen, even though you're brilliant, one makes more sense to me, because I was like, bro, if you're that brilliant and amazing, then why you'd be fine, right? Like, but I think, but to be fair, I think what Ibsen was dealing with him was more his mental illness and that struggle and how it felt, and the reasons why, despite all of that, he was still so unhappy. But I wanted to talk about the women in the film, and I thought Eileen existing would facilitate that in a more dynamic way, and so it really gave us this, like, I think, like, beautiful portrait of 5 people, the women at the center, who are struggling for power and agency. It just made it so clear to me.
I think all of us would say that our female friendships are the most interesting relationships and dynamics in our lives, right? And sort of the ones that have stuck, the ones that you've had to handle. It's really, there's so much love at play, and there's a deviousness and a betrayal often, and it's just, it's all of the human behaviour is just perennially, like, interesting to all of us, I think, and this is a great, it's a microcosm of it, but it's a great realm to kind of explore it in, especially with the triptych of these characters and Hedda at the centre of it, and then of course your character being changed to a woman,
Yes.
which I suppose is riveting. Must have been riveting to you. I don't know, was it?
It was. No, that was the great thing. All of a sudden you have 3 really fantastic, charismatic female characters in this play. That was so surprising and energizing, and just and they are 3 very different women at very different stages in their lives, but they all, I think, at this moment where we meet them, they have to make a decision for their life.
Those parties, because this party goes on from like early in the evening till the next morning. Yeah. And so much happens in that. But if you've ever been to those parties where you do get, and as Nicholas said, those when you're all in one house, you don't go outside, you almost forget that there's a world elsewhere. And that's kind of how it felt with filming, because we were filming nights. Often, we were going well into the middle of the night, and you get that slight delirium. It's 3 a.m. and you're playing Uno in a tent outside, and then you have to all run in, and a chandelier's falling and smashing. It kind of puts you in this fever dream of those all-night benders.